So what if I decide that I want to help out at the church and be beneficial to the church? How do I go about doing that? We're going to discuss that in this video. This video is a part of a larger series of videos called Virtual Coach. If you go to our YouTube channel, Bethel Pittsburgh, go under playlist, you'll find a playlist called Virtual Coach. In there, you'll notice the titles of the videos will give you Virtual Coach and then a category. And all the videos are arranged in category order. And this one is on pursuit of the mission. How do I pursue the mission that Jesus has given us to serve others in ministry and to evangelize and disciple? And part of that is utilizing influence. Now, many people have a hard time believing that they have influence. They're not the pastor, they're not on staff, they're not on the board, they're not involved in some kind of leadership team. And so their assumption is, because I don't have a role per se, that means I don't have influence. Every single person that is in the church has influence, and we have the capacity to use it for good or bad. For example, even just simply being present. And so if I'm present, some people are going to recognize that I'm there. So even if I'm quiet, I keep to myself, maybe I'm not demonstrative, I'm not very emotional, and so it might feel like I'm invisible, but people notice that I'm there. And so when I'm missing, people will notice that I'm not there, and they'll have questions about that, and they will potentially make decisions based on something like that. Oh, I've noticed that this person isn't here anymore, so maybe I'm not going to come anymore. Or I noticed this person's here every week. Maybe I should be here every week. They're here every time I show up. Yeah, and so even something as simple as that. Or I noticed this person picked something up. Or I noticed this person's helping out, and they're quiet. They don't seem to be driven, but they're involved in something. So maybe I could be involved in that. Or they see your calm demeanor and the way you handle social interactions. And all of those things are ways to lead. And the more you pay attention, the more you'll see that you have different ways in which people are following your lead. And you can use that. And sometimes you have to figure out some specifics. All of us have specific qualities that we have that our strengths that we can utilize to move people in a direction, and we want to try to influence people in a right direction. Now, a big part of that is knowing what the Bible says and leading people in a biblical direction, a direction that the Lord wants them to move in. But some of the things to consider are, I'm not necessarily in charge. You know, there is a leadership structure, and so I want to be respectful to that. I'm not going to try to lead people in a way that's counter to the direction of leadership. I want to ask for approval and permission for some things. So these are things that I need to explore. But still, bottom line, I should be looking to influence others and know some of the basics. I should influence people through my actions, my words, my social interactions. I should use my skills and those kind of things. I should use them to encourage people, my words, to encourage people to consistently be involved in church, ministry, to be praying, reading their Bible, seeking the Lord, living a righteous life, being respectful, evangelizing, doing discipleship. All of that whole picture I should be encouraging people to do. And I can do this by just as small as demonstrating it quietly to others. Or another is to uphold a positive attitude towards leadership and towards the church itself. All these things are going to pay great dividends in creating the culture within our church or any church that you're a part of. So I hope that you'll do that and be a part of the solution, part of the moving in the right direction rather than, becoming a problem. All of us have the potential of being that, either part of the solution or part of the problem. Which one are you going to choose to be? If you have any questions on that, please leave that in the comments below. I'd be glad to answer those questions. Or if you would like to grow in your faith in person and you live in the Pittsburgh area, we would love for you to join us. We are Bethel Assembly of God at 2501 Staten Street. We meet Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. Or if you can't join us in person, we'd love for you to join us via live streaming. We stream our services live Sunday at 10 a.m. Bethel Pittsburgh on YouTube. We hope that you will join us, but may God richly bless you.